Hello and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. I finally painted the walls in the living room. This room was long overdue for a new coat of paint, but now that the hard work is done, it's time to clean. The good news is I don't have to clean the walls or the baseboards, but the bad news is I need to clean everything else. We moved all the smaller furniture out of the living room so that I would have room to work, and now I need to move everything back in. But before I do, I need to clean everything. I thought I should start with what's already in the room before I start filling it back up again. I need to wash the blankets and vacuum the upholstery, and I want to vacuum the rug while the room is still empty.
Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down, collapse into water when they hit the ground. I hear the sound of empty streets, and yesterday has gone to sleep. So all that's left is you and me.
The stones on the fireplace have lots of little nooks and crannies for dust to collect, so I'm using the dusting attachment on the vacuum to loosen up the dust while I have it out. The only thing I don't need to clean in this room are the fireplace doors. A few weeks ago, it was so windy outside that it blew open the doors and sent ash flying into the room. So while I was cleaning up the mess, I cleaned up the glass and the brass surround. So that's just one less thing that I need to do today. The cushion covers on the sofa need to go in the washing machine too, but they need to air dry and it's much too cold outside, so it would take too long for them to dry today. So I'm just going to vacuum. The next time we get a warm day, I can pop them in the washer. The arms and the front part of the sofa are starting to look a little dingy too, but I have too much to do today, so I'll wait until I wash the cushions so that I can clean them all at the same time. I do try to vacuum the sofa once every week or two, but I only focus on the arms or the front parts of the sofa where the dog hair tends to collect. When I'm zone cleaning, I like to remove all of the cushions and vacuum the entire sofa, and then once or twice a year I wash the covers and spot clean the upholstery. The back cushions get much more wear than the bottom cushions, so they need to be cleaned more often. If I have time, I clean it all at once, but it's a big job, so it does help if I clean it in stages. So I'll wash the back cushions one week, the bottom cushions the following week, and then I'll spot clean a week after that. It's not quite as satisfying as it is to clean the whole thing all at the same time, but it does get the job done.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair.
This rug is something else that needs to be cleaned. I've never cleaned this rug because I'm not really sure how to clean it. It's made of wool, so I don't think I can use the carpet cleaner, so I might have to send it out to be professionally cleaned. But I chose a color that would hide the dirt, so it hasn't been a huge priority, but it's definitely something that I need to look into.
at the river.
And it's probably overkill today, but now that the walls and baseboards look like new again, I didn't want to just put everything back the way it was. I wanted to deep clean everything so that the whole room feels like new again. So I'm using a few extra cleaning products today, and I'm starting with Method's wood cleaner on the fireplace mantle. The walls in this room used to be a soft yellow, but it just didn't work with the floors. We have travertine tiles, which has a very neutral beige color, but it also has a bit of a pink undertone. So the yellow wall color clashed with the undertones in the floor. So we needed a neutral color that would tone down the pink in the floor. I will leave a link in the description box for the paint colors that we used, but it is a custom color. I blended equal parts of 2 color samples that I chose for this room. It's the same thing that happened the first time we painted this room. We had one sample that I was afraid would be too dark and another sample that I knew was going to be too light, so I mixed them both together, and I couldn't be happier with the way it turned out. Normally, when I'm zone cleaning, I just use a damp microfiber cloth to wipe everything down and give everything a visual inspection just to see if there's anything that needs a little extra cleaning. It may be hard to see the difference between zone cleaning and deep cleaning. Deep cleaning really does require a lot more time and effort. So the best way I can describe zone cleaning is that it's more of a maintenance cleaning so that I don't have to spend extra time deep cleaning.
When we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice. And I knew it would catch up, and that we would be the ones left behind. Stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. This road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. Time is gone and I grew up. I somehow made it through without losing sight. And I still wonder where you are, and if you found a way out from the dark. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. And this road that I am on, gotta stay here for some time. Bruises, they come and they go, and we have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more.
Of course, I had to take the curtains down to paint, and it's much easier to wash the blinds and the windows without the curtains in the way. I thought that I would wash the curtains before I hung them back up again. I do like the curtains that we have, but they were always hung at the wrong height. I installed the curtain rods based on the height that they were supposed to be, but it turned out that some of the panels were shorter than others, so most of them didn't touch the floor the way they should have. So I could lower the rods when I reinstall them, but the panels are so old now that they're starting to come apart. So now I'm thinking I should start looking for a new set of curtains.
Oh, baby, I love your madness.
There's still a lot more that I need to do in this room before I'm actually done with it. I need to put the covers back onto the outlets and switches, but some of them are broken and need to be replaced, and I also wanted to try and paint them to match the walls. So for now, I just want to clean them up and get rid of all that grime.
Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Once you're pandemonium, life is so easy. You love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your free.
This leather chair is very easy to keep clean. I just have to dust it once a week, but it does need to be conditioned a few times a year to keep the leather from drying and cracking. I have a love-hate relationship with tufted furniture. Because the tufts collect dirt, it can be hard to keep clean, but I do love it so much that I'm willing to put up with the extra work.
Give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy.
We haven't cleaned this rug, but every year or two we rotate the entire rug 180 degrees so that it wears evenly and we can clean underneath it. It's something that needs to be done, and today would be the perfect day to do it. But there's too many things that I need to do in this room to get it all done in one day. So I'm just going to mop the floor along the edges, and I'll try to take care of it this spring when I have more time.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
All of the soft furnishings in this room are from Pottery Barn, so the sofa, ottoman, and chairs are all better quality, but the quality case goods are very expensive, so to help stretch the budget, the console underneath the TV and the other cabinet in this room are both from Home Goods.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free
Normally, I try not to bounce around the room switching between cleaning products. I try to vacuum everything at the same time before I switch to a different cleaner. It helps me to keep track of what I've done, and it also saves time and effort. But today, I have 1,000,001 trips to make, so I'm just cleaning whatever I bring into the room next.
We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Yeah, let's go. Be free with me. Oh, come on and let's go. Let's be free with me. Yeah, be free. Be free.
This cabinet doesn't weigh very much. It's too heavy to pick up and carry, but it is light enough to slide along the floor. But this cabinet isn't very sturdy and the feet catch along the grout lines, so I put furniture glides under the feet. It helps make it easier to move, but it also helps to protect the cabinet so that the feet don't get caught up in the grout. I'm not sure how long we've had this cabinet, but it might be about 15 years old now. It's been all over the house and it's held up pretty well considering that it's made of pressboard, but it does have a few dings, so I need to try and touch up the paint in a few spots, and the latch on the door just broke, so I need to add that to my list of things to do. Now that the furniture is all back in place, I finally have somewhere to put the rest of the home decor, so I can start clearing off the countertop. This room has been a complete disaster for a few days now. I only have a few hundred trips to make back and forth to the living room before I'm done. And it may sound like I'm complaining, but you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. I'm so happy that I finally painted that room, and it's always very satisfying to get everything cleaned up and put away.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you, on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Yeah, we only get one life. I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take.
Originally, I had intended to hang up the artwork back in the same place. I patched up all the holes with spackle, and then I removed the nails and hangers so that I could easily hang everything back up again. But then I started thinking it might be a good time to play musical chairs and move some things around. I started putting a few things back, and then I decided to wait and give myself more time to think about it. But I will probably end up putting everything right back where I had it. Some of the artwork is fairly new, but there are a few pieces that have been hanging on the wall for 20 years now. The back sides were caked with dust and cobwebs, so I had to take them outside and clean them off.
Goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground. It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave? I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave? It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years.
Once I finished cleaning up the artwork, there wasn't much left to do. I just had a few plants, a few lamps, and some electronics to clean up and put back. Clearing out the bigger pieces made a big impact in the room, but there were more little things scattered about every surface than there were big pieces, so I still had to round up all of the hardware for the curtain rods and outlets, the tools, cleaners, and electrical cords. And one of the reasons I like zone cleaning so much is that my motivation will only last so long before I'm ready to call it a day. And I'd already spent more time cleaning than I usually do, so that last little bit just seemed to be endless. My husband gave me this reading lamp for Christmas one year, and when I first opened the box, I looked at him like he'd grown 2 heads. I couldn't understand why in the world he would buy me a lamp for Christmas. At the time, I had gone back to school and I was working on getting my degree, so he explained that I was always studying in what he thought was a dark corner and that I needed more light. So when I realized that it was his way of supporting my goals, it became one of the best gifts ever. James the butler has been with us for over 30 years now, but we like to call him Jeeves. His head broke off when Callie's big wiggle butt knocked him over, but we were able to glue him back together. We still keep him around because he makes me laugh, but it's also the only table small enough to fit next to the couch.
Soon begin. That's what I've been here for all along. I have no doubt. I know you really want to stay till the fires burn out. Days like this will slowly fade away. Memories will always stay the same. By the ocean, fire is burning, flares in the wind. Over the mountains, I see the moon and so it begins. I have no doubt, I know you really want to stay till the fire's burn.
This was about the time I decided it would be better to wait on hanging up the rest of the pictures. I started to hang up this little trio, but one of the holes got covered up with paint, and I couldn't remember if the tiger went on the top or the bottom, and I started thinking about whether I should change things around, and I almost got off track. I still had a little more to do, and if I stopped to decorate, I'd never finish putting everything away.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed. Deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need.
This just might be the longest room makeover in history. We started with the floors about 20 years ago, then we bought furniture about 10 years ago, and now I'm just getting around to paint. I still have the stairs and the upstairs hallway left to do, and at this rate, by the time I'm finished, it will be time to start all over again. I wanted to choose a paint color that was neutral enough to go with anything and everything, and when I first started painting this room, I was a little worried that it was too much of the same color, but the more things I got put back into this room, the more I liked it. I can paint any other room in this house in about a half a day from start to finish, but one of the reasons that I waited so long to paint this room is because of how long it takes to do. The tall ceilings and the size of this room make it a nightmare to paint, so getting the paint color right makes me so happy because I never want to paint this room again.
Everything I can for you. Deep and abiding, liking for
I got everything cleaned up and put back together except for some hardware and a few electrical cords that we use to connect the electronics. And I still need to mop the floors and clean the table, so I just grouped everything together so that I could take care of it when I had more time.
Stand by the fire, your tiny head in mine. You're 5 feet off the ground. You rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light, so fragile in the night. In this moment, in this moment. Forever be in this moment, in this moment. Forever be, forever be. The night fades like a whispered song as time rushes on. Oh, it won't be long, fading now into a memory, a picture on the wall, a moment frozen not to fall. In this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be.
The biggest problem with starting a big project in October is trying to finish it up before Thanksgiving. I still have a few more days to finish painting and then I can start putting up the Christmas tree. It's definitely a big job, but I'm so happy that the hard part is finally over. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications before you go. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.